Hey everybody, and welcome back to the macro. It is still December 27th, 2024. I want to talk a little bit about something called the market manipulation because it's real. The manipulation is real in these financial markets, and my focus is going to be mainly the US stock market and the cryptocurrency market. Now, that thumbnail that I use, it's a little extreme, me holding up that phone with a crazy looking chart. But the reason I put it up there is to show you guys that there's periods in the market where things change, right? You can see that there's kind of the stall out period and the kind of a zigzag. There's some red and there's green, and there's a lot going on there. The chart definitely looks a little bit wacky, but it's to kind of show you the stages of a market. But it can be very difficult to navigate these financial markets because of market manipulation. And here's the thing, this applies to you whether you're a small investor or not. None of that is relevant. If you invest in a 401k, your money is in the markets. And historically, we've seen people take a significant portion of their 401k out because we've seen things like market downturns and market crashes. It can be very intimidating and scary to people. So this is relevant, I would say, to probably most people living here in the United States and probably most people around the world, and especially if you're a small investor in the US stock market or cryptocurrency space, okay? And just a quick disclaimer, none of this information I'm going to discuss in this video is to be taken as financial advice. If you're looking for financial advice, seek a financial advisor. Make sure you always do your own homework, do your due diligence, and make your own decisions. You can use this for entertainment purposes only if you like. But as we're seeing a new administration come into play, and the reality is whether you like Trump or not, doesn't matter. His focus, remember, he's a businessman. And the way that I see things, the United States in its current form is to be run like a business. And so the promises of corporate tax cuts, deregulation, all these other things, these are good for financial markets. Look at Donald Trump's track record during his first administration. And there's other stuff to it. I'm not saying it's just whoever's in the Oval Office. There's a lot more to it than that. But the markets are manipulated right now by the whales, right? The individuals, the corporations, the hedge funds, the big institutional investors that hold a significant amount of whatever asset it is in that asset class. It is so important to understand that. When you see multiple cryptocurrencies, for example, go pretty much the entire market move down all at the same time, that is definitely whale market manipulation occurring. And I like to refer to them as the market makers because they do have so much influence in these markets. They do make the market. They have so much money invested in these markets that unfortunately coordinated efforts can move down the market, but they can also move them up. Now, on the upside of things is interesting. That's when a lot of the times your average everyday person starts to see that the market has gone up, and now they want to invest because they believe that the markets will continue going up, and that's just not true. Nothing in the stock market or the cryptocurrency market moves up in a straight line. Go back to the previous charts. Go back to Bitcoin during its inception of 2009, and you can track it all the way up today. It's never moved just in a straight line. But the market manipulation is real, and this sounds crazy to even say, but it's true. The whales in these markets want your assets. They want it for themselves. They want to have as much as possible. And if they can trigger a sell-off in these markets, they will. And they'll use certain narratives to do it. And the other thing is with narratives, what I'm starting to realize is that when there's when there's like positive things that are going to occur like on a specific date, right? Whether it's related to something in crypto or like Nvidia or Apple or Google or whatever, there always appears to be a sell-off during that time. We call this buy the rumor, sell the news. And I find that to be quite interesting as well. But if you're going to be in these financial markets, guys, you cannot be shaken out if you have conviction on what it is that you're investing in. Because there's going to be times where you're going to be tested, where you're going to see things occur. There's going to be rumors, whispers of different things. And this is where you just have to go out there and you have to build up your confidence or whatever it is, or you're better off just getting out. Honestly, you're better off just getting out if any little thing is going to shake you up. And that's one of the differences between the small, average Joe, everyday investor and the institutional investors. They have patience. Patience. And that's so critical. And they obviously have a strong conviction and wherever it is that their money is. So be aware of the market manipulation that occurs. And they'll use that on all different kinds of platforms, whatever narratives they push out, especially on social media, especially on the mainstream news channels. And I want to end with one last thing, because this is also part of the manipulation as well. Warren Buffett famously said, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. So, as the market is going to peak out at some point, right? It always does, and then it comes, crashing back down and corrects, and we go through this, what we call a bear market where things aren't good for a year and a half, 2 years, whatever it is, right? Before that occurs, you have everyone trying to pile into the market at once because they believe that the market's going to continue going up, right? But see, that is the wrong time to be buying. That is the wrong time to be investing. And this probably goes back to my last video, when not the majority, but when a lot of people possibly around you are doing what you've been doing for a couple of years, or maybe even a couple of months, depending on the time, that's the time that you need to get out of the market and sell and take your profits. Because when everyone else starts doing it, that is one of the signals that the market is topping and that the whales are going to show up. And what do? They do their market maker magician madness and they sell, triggering a massive sell-off in the market. And then those narratives occur where, it's the end of the world. It's never going to go back up. This is dead. So-and-so did this. So definitely take this to heart, guys, what I'm saying, especially if you're looking to get involved with investing. And I hope that you do, because it's something that's extremely important for your future. Watch out for the market manipulation. Watch out for the whales. Don't be shaken out. Build up your own conviction. All right. Well, we'll speak again soon. Take care.